All right, man. Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call halal. Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah Ba'Hashem, Rakah Kadash. I want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I say much peace, love, and salutations to you brothers out there pushing the word sincerity and truth. This is the brother Ariala. And yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey, y'all can blame this one on the brother Elder Manata Zakwa out there in Carolina. Shalom. I see you on, man. I can't sleep. This lesson has been going out, and that's really what I want to highlight concerning the mark. This lesson has been going out heavy this whole week, and brothers in the chat have been talking about all of the different points and considerations and everything like that concerning this topic. And what I really want to do is really kind of do a brief summary over some of the breakdowns and understandings that have come out concerning this topic this week, and just kind of highlight some things and kind of and have a fun kind of banter about it. If brothers are still up and still want to engage and still want to talk about it, you know, let's do it because spirit told me to do it. So I'm just gonna go with my spirit. And but the highlight of the week, the people who have been highlighted, and really this is off the backdrop of a video that IUIC did and the comments that they made towards the mark of the beast. Now, if somebody knows the title to that video, y'all can post it here because yes, for those members that tune in that are part of IUIC, that are part of the Sons of Thunder or ISUPK, we know that y'all watch our videos because you're not going to get the breakdown anywhere else. But you're welcome to be here. We watch those videos and we do response videos to them, going through the scriptures. IUIC had did a video concerning the mark of the beast, saying the mark of the beast was sin. So Elder Yashawamba had previously did a video, and apostles had did a response video to that, and several brothers out there. The brother out there in Vegas had did one. I know Tazama from our camp had did one. Just kind of highlighting something. I had did a video on basically how they broke down Ezekiel 9 and 4, and brothers that did all types of videos on that. And but one of the things that Elder Yashawamba talked about was something that we noticed years ago, because back then they would let their congregation, you could hear them asking questions in their live streams, and they would always be asking questions like some of the things that we would ask, because you could tell that their congregation was watching our videos basically. And so they would be getting on their congregation. This happened in several ISUPK videos, and this happened in a few IUIC videos. And so we know when the congregation is putting heat on these certain guys, because then finally they'll do a video about it, right? And so we can tell that these people's congregations are starting to ask questions, because when you look out into the world with CBDCs and everything that's coming out, hello, like Mark of the Beast, like kind of looks like it. So you know the congregation is asking those questions. So recently you've seen these people start to do these lessons on the Mark of the Beast and expose their doctrine, right? The highlight of the week is these guys right here, Sons of Thunder. Now, I don't remember people who ain't, and if you leave Great Millstone, I'd quickly forget about you. That's just the way I am. I focus on the people who are here. So some of these guys, they've been around, they have this association with Great Millstone a certain type of way, but they've done this, they've done that, whatever. Now they think they're the Sons of Thunder, which is extremely ironic. You would name yourself that, uh, whatever, all right? But they did this whole thing on is the mark of the beast literal or spiritual? Okay. Now, that led to a series of responses. One of the first responses being from Apostle Tahar, right? He literally says response, Truth Tuesday is the mark of beast, literal or spiritual. GMS declaring the end. That's Apostle. Bro, if you haven't just subscribed to this, the head of Great Millstone, you should probably be subscribed to this page and watching the videos. Okay. All right. And so then Apostle Gabar had did a response. All right. And so I want to talk about each individual one of these points that came out of these videos, right? And just kind of summarize some things. Okay. Apostle Ramlab did a response. Now he did a response before this, but this one is one that he came out with today. At this point, you either get it or you don't. Responding to Apostle Tar's video, uh, my quarterback, Elder Yashua Wamba, my teammate. He's done several videos concerning this, responding to the Sons of Thunders. Individuals make up nations. Great points came out of that. This brother, the Elder Nakazakba, just did a live stream talking about several things going in onto the MOTB questions, concerns, errors. But one of the things that galvanized a lot of people was Karatazakba did this and Biblical Defenders. If you haven't subscribed to this brother's page, make sure you subscribe to his page, Biblical Defenders. Okay, because he did a response video to this. And basically what I want to do is, and I'm clicking on all these brothers videos so you can get their subscription. GMS South Carolina, this brother has the most bug outs in Israel on his page. All right. Elder Yashwamba's main page is Remnant Saved 144, and then he has Remnant Saved Ba, which is the page that I subscribe, upload my videos to. GMS Info Doc Channel 12, Apostle Ramlab, okay, and Daily Edification 4, and all the apostles and the elders. They have several pages, but you need to make sure to have these things going on, because these are the people that we learn from. You know what I mean? These are our apostles, our elders, people we learn from. But I want to start talking about some of the things that this group mentioned. And one of the things that was brought up, and these are things that if you go and watch those videos that I just clicked on, these different points that I'm going to make is covered in these videos thoroughly, extremely thoroughly, going through the scriptures, breaking it down. Get your note, take notes, write this down, because you got guys like in IUIC that want to purport themselves as being scholars, but they don't look up words, they don't thoroughly go through it, and there's a reason why these guys refuse to acknowledge the wording in the scripture and what it's saying. And I'm gonna highlight a few points that the apostles and that the elders made and consolidate it down into a quick MOTB, a Mark summary lesson. That's what I'm going to do right now. Okay. Now, one of the things Elder Yashua has said, I made a point of it. He's going to make this point. Let me play this because he's going over the word charagma, right? And like I said, if you want to get the full breakdown, just click on the elders page. Just type it in. Remnant Saved 144. You get all the juiciness. All right.
Stigma is what? I mean, we always go into this. We've been bringing this information out. Okay, real quick. Just get it. Let's just get it.
Let's just get it.
And I know y'all tired of it, but it said we would be doing this. It said the new song would constantly be sung, and a part of the new song is a warning about this. Where Paul says, I bear in my body the marks.
Right? And so the point that he's going into is that when you just look up the word mark in the scripture, when you look here, just type in Mark. Apostle Tahar put all of Israel, and really, Blue Letter Bible owes Gray Millstone a check. They should be paying tithes to the apostles, because the amount of traffic that's been generated through the Spirit and Power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua using the apostles to put everybody on the Blue Letter Bible. And now you got vocabulary. Everybody uses Blue Letter Bible now. Okay, because basically they've taken the Masoretic text and put it onto a website, into where it's categorized, everything like this, right? And so you type in the word Mark, and it pulls up everywhere in the scripture, in the Old and the New Testament, where it says Mark. Okay, you get the Old Testament words, and you get the New Testament words. So it'll give you the Hebrew, and it'll give you the Greek, right? So we understand that we always go through that word charagma that's written in Revelation, the 17th chapter, concerning the term mark of the beast, and how it's just different, how it's very specific to it being a graven image that's implanted into you, and how that's different from how it's described anywhere else. Okay. Now, Elder Yashawamba goes into that. All the apostles go into that breakdown of this word charagma. Okay. Now, when you look up the word mark, as far as scopeo, taking heed of something, looking into something, considering something, like something that's on your mind, you're marking it, it's on your mind. Everybody, these guys want to break down Revelation, the 13th chapter, right? When it talks about they will receive this mark as if it's something that's it's in your forehead. What's in your forehead? Your mind. And they start talking about, then why didn't they use the word scopeo there? Did they not understand the language that they were speaking? Or were they really trying to tell you something that they were going to actually put in you? This is what we're telling you. One of the examples that this group here, right? This group, Sons of Thunder Israel, and remember, I'm doing this to consolidate things down for you. The points that all these videos that I just highlighted, it's covered in all these videos. You're going to get a thorough breakdown, right? If you type in GMSMOTB, I'm pretty sure you're going to get a cornucopia of breakdown lessons. If you type in GMS, Mark of the Beast, GMS, Mark, you're going to get all types of breakdowns, okay? Breaking everything down thoroughly, right? I'm consolidating it down so you can follow with me, okay? These guys here, they used a point in this video right here, and they said First Timothy chapter 4, verse 2, right? Now we start at 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with an hot iron. Right? So they're saying this is likened into Revelation, the 13th chapter. Okay? Talking about this mark, right? Saying this, the mark on your right hand or on your forehead, it's like it's having your conscience seared. When you look up this word, oh Lord, I know you IUIC members tuning in. I know that they don't let y'all look up words, and I'm sorry. Okay, but here, where this is the school of the prophets, we look up words and definitions. We get to read on our own and come to conclusions. We're challenged to figure it out on ourselves over here at Great Millstone. We actually have to think. So I know you've been watching our videos, so you're challenged to think too. Nate is not the only person that has a brain. So let's use it. We're going to look up the words. Yes, I'm being sarcastic. Yes, I'm having an attitude. Get over it. Because I'm challenging you to just be honest. That's the name of this video. Summary of the mark. Let's just be honest, everybody. Let's just be honest. Let's look up the words and go through it and be honest with ourselves with what we're reading. So it says seared with a hot iron. When you go here and you look up this word seared, right? Blue Letter Bible. Y'all owe us some money. Okay? Click it. Click that word seared with a hot iron, that term or phrase. Let's see what it says.
Strong's G 2743, Causteriazzo. Causteriazzo.
Causteriazzo, okay? Right? You say it fast, you sound smarter. Right? Causteriazzo. It says to mark by branding, to brand with their own consciences, whose soul are branded with the marks of sin. Now, everybody says that Revelation, the 13th chapter, this mark is being branded with sin. Why don't they use this word in the Greek here in Revelation, the 13th chapter? Seared with a hot iron here in First Timothy, the 4th chapter, is talking about your conscience being seared with sin and marked with sin. You're seared with a hot iron. Calisteriazo. When you scroll down, that word is used one time in the Greek here in First Timothy, the 4th chapter, concerning philosophies, doctrines. Why is this word not used here in Revelation, the 13th chapter? Why in Revelation, the 13th chapter, the word mark is not katasteriazo, it's karagma? The reason why is because it's a different meaning. It's a different word because it's a different meaning, a different breakdown. Revelation, the 13th chapter, is a carnal mark that's meant to be put in you physically. This is the argument. And when you look at the evidence in the scriptures, when you go through the words, and when you go through what you actually see in the world, the evidence remarkably is going towards the breakdown that Great Millstone is presenting. This is the problem. Do you understand? Type a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Or just bring out your opposing view if you're listening and you don't agree. All right? So that's one of the first parts of the summary of the mark that we're talking about. Okay, well, looking at the words that we see, why don't they use the words and terminologies that actually express the ideas that you guys are talking about? The words and the terminology here in Revelation, the 13th chapter, express what we're talking about, an actual physical mark. That's what the word charagma talks about. There are words in the Greek that talk about you being seared in your mind and in your conscience with sin. That word is not used purposefully because it's not talking about that. It's not. It's not talking about that. Right? Now, that's point number 1. We all following? Let's go on to point number 2. Point number 2, they were saying when you read this, Revelation 13 verse 16, and he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. What he calls it all? What is all? And then they jump to Revelation, the 18th chapter. It's like, some magical jump. And when you go and you listen to Apostle Har, when you go and you listen to Apostle Gabar, and when you go and you listen to Apostle Ramlam, oh, you know what? Even Elder Yashawamba breaks this down going into the word nations, because they want to say this means nations. This right here in Revelation 13 and 16 is talking about nations, small and great, rich and poor nations, free and bond nations. Okay? And so all you have to do is this. I know this is deep, so I want you to follow along with me. The answer to the question is in the next verse. Dum dum dum. Right? So they saying that this is talking about nations, small and great, rich and poor nations, free and bond nations. Nate has a famous clip, small and great, rich and poor nations, right? But when you go to verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell. It didn't say nations. It said that no man. Now, I'm not going to go through that word man because the if you go and look at the videos that I just highlighted, they all go into that word and start breaking down that word man and start to show you how that word man is talking about all people in general, all people in general. But literally right here in Revelation 13 and 17 is showing you that it ain't talking about nations. It's showing you that it's talking about people, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Small and great in status and stature, rich and poor as far as monetary, if you're financially free, if you're working as an employee, if you broke as hell, free and bond, no matter where you at in the world, what level, if you're a bond man, if you're a slave, if you're locked up, free, if you feel like you can move kind of in without the countries or whatever, because there's people that are bonded in their own country. They can't go nowhere. You got a felony, you can't get a passport, you through. There's some people that can't even leave their state. There's people can't leave. You get in trouble, like the soccer player named Ronaldinho. He had got in trouble. He couldn't leave where he was at. Tax evasion, whatever. It don't matter. All of these people are going to be relegated to this mark that's going to be implanted inside you. When you look up that word mark here in Revelation 13 and 16, the Greek word is charagma. You can go on a blue letter Bible. You see how they highlights that right there? You click it like that. See, I just click that. And then you go here. You scroll down. See how I'm just scrolling down? Right? You see where it says mark. You can click that. Where you see where it says charagma? You can click that right there. Boom. Click it. Look at that. And then it's going to go into that word charagma. It even gives you the root to it, which is going to give you more understanding of the word. And it's going to break it down. Thing carved, sculpted, graven work, idolaters and things that are carved. Like idolatry, you have to carve it. You have to get into it. You have to carve it into something. You have like let's say you have an image, and then you carve into it. You get in. They want to carve into you. Literally, they want to actually make you a part of their actual system that they're building. They're carving out the world and you're a part of it. And the way that they're gonna technologically have you carve into it is by putting you digitally into their system. That's why it didn't say the same word that we read here in First Timothy 4 and 2. That's why it didn't use this word, because this word would make more sense with what all these other guys are talking about. This being seared with a hot iron. They're not searing it into your consciousness. No, they're engraving it into your body physically because they are carnal people. Okay? This is the difference. This is the breakdown. All right. Yeah. GMS, fruit of knowledge by Yah. That's another point. Elder Yashwamba, Apostle Gabar makes this point. When you read Revelation 14:9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Man, it didn't say nation. It didn't say if any nation worship the beast. It said if any man, individual, persons, man, woman, if you take this mark into you, you're going to receive of the judgment of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Now, the bulk of all the nations of the earth have already drank down the wine of the wrath of the fornication of Babylon the Great. when you read Revelation 18th chapter, that would mean that these nations are going to be absolutely destroyed. But and when you read, and Apostle Ramlab talks about this in his video, when you actually read this scripture in Revelation the 18th chapter, Apostle Bar talks about this too. I'm just gonna keep highlighting their videos over and over again because this is a summary video, right? When you actually go and read Revelation 18, these nations are going to be standing afar off from Babylon the Great. They're not. They drank down, but they're going to be astonished. They're not going to be absolutely wiped off and destroyed, right? Revelation 18 and 9 says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. But according to Revelation, the 14th chapter, if that was talking about nations, they ain't going to be standing afar off. They're going to be burnt up in the lake of fire. How, which one is it, sons of thunder? Or are they going to be standing afar off, or are they going to be burning in the lake of fire? When you take the mark, you burn in the lake of fire. Hmm? You gotta differentiate this. You're not making any sense, peoples. Okay? Oh man, good one. Revelation 9 and 20 in the GMS South Carolina. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk, neither repented they of the murders, nor of the sorceries, nor of the fornication, nor of the thefts. What's going? They're still going to be. They're on the planet. They're still on the planet serving as slaves. So that's another indicator that this mark. I'm pretty sure the brother's gonna have to. That's another indicator that this mark is not talking about nations. That is talking about people who actually take it. Because you're gonna have people who resist it, who don't take it, who get killed. You have people who do take it and get judged by Yahweh Shem Shah. And then you're gonna have people that don't take it, that basically just go into slavery underneath the Israelites. Point blank, period. We're gonna have some slaves in the kingdom. Okay? So these nations that follow the World Trade Organization, that are doing this, they're doing that. That's not the mark of the beast. Okay? They ain't talking about that. Now, brothers, I'll also mention Revelation the 20th chapter in the 4th verse. It says, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua. All right, so they were beheaded. That's what beheaded means, to get your head chopped off, right? And for they were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image. And that was another point that Elder Yashwamba likes to make. These people, when they do these breakdowns, they never break down what is the beast. They never break down what is his image. Then it says, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads. There's a separation between the understanding of the beast, the image, and the mark. These guys never thoroughly break that down. And when they start to talk about it, they kind of have this, let's just keep reading, spirit. You know, when you read a random scripture in Ezekiel, Ezekiel got them scriptures where it's like, sometimes. That's an inside joke. But what I'm saying is, when they talk about the beast, the image, and the mark, they never break it down. But here it says that these witnesses, that it says that these people were beheaded. Can you behead a nation? So now you're saying a nation is talking about a nation is receiving its mark. That's what these guys say. These guys, in their dorm rooms, wherever they at, studio, they saying that the mark is talking about nations. But here in Revelation 20, it's saying that there's people that's going to be beheaded for not receiving the mark. So you saying nations are beheaded? So now a nation is beheaded? I'm gonna need you to break that down, player. Do a freestyle about it. I know y'all like doing rap video. Whatever you're gonna do, maybe in one of y'all freestyles, y'all can explain Revelation 20 and 4. These are some of the things that are broken down in all these videos that I've been showing y'all, and I'm just showing y'all, heads people that that are doing response videos through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to videos like this, because it's becoming a critical understanding. And when it comes to Great Millstone, and it's not just the apostles and bro, I know the brother out there in Vegas, Atlanta, like all these brothers, man. I'm in the chat. All these brothers is doing videos, man. You know, Wisconsin, Milwaukee. When they not shooting people out there, I'm messing with you, brother. I love you, man. When they put the guns down, they do videos. When they're not having a showdown at the OK Corral. I mess with you, brother. No, them brothers be doing videos, man, constantly. All right, breaking this stuff down. But I wanted to just do a summary video and kind of highlight some of the ideas that are coming out and that have been coming out over the course of the week. Because I'm still awake and this is fun to me. Blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep reading on that. It says, neither receive his mark upon their foreheads or in their heads, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach Yahushua 1,000 years, right? So you have to explain these things, okay? You have to explain these things. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to highlight, this is gonna be fun, my man. See if I can find it real quick. Oh, I want to read this. Yes, this is the Ephesians, the fourth chapter, and verse 14. It says that we henceforth be no more children, grow up, that we be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, thereby they lie in wait to deceive. All right. So, you got these guys and they carry everybody about with these winds of doctrine. One minute they say this and the wind blows and this is this and da, da, da. One of the best examples I have is I want to play these two clips from years ago. Now, this is 8 years ago. Now, this is back when people would put their number in, Great Millstone would call in and we would terrorize your ass and call in to your show. I remember every week he's now the high priest apostle a war formerly in the Mississippi camp. If you need to be healed, you can go see him. He can heal anything, you know, athlete's foot. If you got bad scores on your reading, he can heal it. All types of shit, whatever. You can go see him. But back when he was in Great Millstone, he would call and terrorize these niggas. And I'm gonna play this clip. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Nations can't get a grievous sore. All right. Good point, Jim. spiritual temple too. Okay. Yeah, it's just you get a grievous. You going the people that get this mark are gonna get a grievous sore. Meaning, when people start getting this C hip, it's not gonna. It's bro, the amount of radiation that is gonna produce in your body or whatever we already know is not gonna work, bro. It's gonna produce grievous sores, cancer-like sore, ulcers, and stuff like that. The amount of electromagnetic, whatever type of radiation that's going to be needed to communicate with all these different things is going to mess people up. We're already seeing that with the other things that's going on. That juice. Con. That's another thing. I want to say I can't remember which one of these individual videos, but I know in one of these I want to say it's Apostle Ramlab and Apostle Tahar. They go into that word grievous sore. I can't remember. Just go and watch. If you ain't watch every single one of these videos. They go over that word grievous sore. The water brother. I'm gonna just read what you put, but I'm gonna move on. But I'm just gonna read what GMS Spiritual Temple put. He said the word sore in the blue letter Strong's G 1668 health codes, wound producing a discharge, pulse, ulcer. Then he says ulcer defined on Google, an open sore on an external or internal surface of the body caused by a break in the skin or mucous membrane that fails to heal. You can't get that with a spiritual mark. Come on, bro. Let's just be honest. For those of you who are part of these other congregations, you know you want to ask a question. You don't have to. We're here. We're here for you. We're here for you. We know you're confused and that you really want to say something. The answer is right here, bro. It don't match up with what they're saying. What the scriptures say and what they're saying, when you actually look it up, it doesn't match up. It don't. It's just true, man. Just be honest, bro. You ain't gotta like Great Millstone. You can hate our guts. Okay. We ain't shit. We're bums. We're rapists. You know, we ain't got no money. We can't rap. We tacky. Our clothes don't match. Okay, whatever. But when it comes to the actual breakdown of Revelation, the 13th chapter, the 14th chapter, the 20th chapter, bro, just be honest, man. Just be honest. What they're saying as far as sin, it don't match. It's talking about nations. It don't match. It don't match. Just be honest with yourself. Okay? Just be honest with yourself. You ain't gonna be honest with us. Be honest with yourself. Look it up for yourself. Be real with yourself, man. GMS South Carolina. That's right. I'll be a bum with the truth. Pause too hard. Let's go, champ. Okay? Just be real with yourself, man. Brother said the rest can kick rocks with no shoes on. African style. Ham Hamite style. They play soccer with no shoes, bro. And the soccer ball be made of flint rock, be on fire. Okay? That was another point. The water for bringing that out, GMS Spiritual Temple, because I was going to miss that point. That was another point brought out in these series of videos that have been coming out. And if y'all brothers want to, y'all can put in the names of y'all videos that y'all did concerning this topic, because y'all know GMS Fruit of Knowledge, man. When he's not in the OK Corral, he's doing lessons. Okay, okay. So let me go back. All right. So the next point I wanted to make was this is not a new topic at all. The only reason why these guys are having to go back to do these lessons is because it's becoming clear and obvious that this digital C-hip is at the forefront of your reality and it needs to be addressed. And the congregations of these other people are starting to ask questions. When they be having their classes and they have the little Judite lady in the back, she's got the baby, and she put her hand up. Bishop, I was just wondering, what about this CBDCs? And they'd be like, God, sis, you been listening to Great Millstone, huh? You know, that's what's happening. All right. Now, this is IUIC, Memphis, Tennessee. And don't mind his accent. All them brothers from Tennessee, Memphis, they be sounding like this. So,
Talking about the Margate beef. The Margate beef ain't no chip. The Margate beef ain't no chip. I want to ask you this, bro. I want to ask you this. Look, listen to me right now. If anybody try to chip any of y'all out here, do not take a chip. And I'm going to tell you this. The Margate beef ain't no chip. It's an embargo that's put on the country that you can't buy or sell with that country. That you can't buy or sell. It's talking about small nation and great nation. You talking about going to the Hebrew. Read this, bro.
no, okay. Oh boy. Everybody take a deep breath. Now he said a few things there in his pride. He said the mark of the beast ain't no chip. Now he wanted to say if somebody trying to put a chip in you, don't take it. But the mark of the beast ain't no chip. The mark of the beast is an embargo. All right. So let's go back to Revelation. Let's go back to Revelation. We're just gonna make basic. We're gonna be honest. Let's just all be honest here. Now, this is 8 years ago. One of the members of the IUIC. Now, when it comes to Great Millstone, if somebody comes out with a breakdown and it's wrong, and one of the elders or one of the members see that breakdown and you said something that was incorrect, you will receive a text message or you will receive a phone call saying, hey, brother, someone saw this video and you said this. Is this true? Then you'd be like, no, I didn't say that. Or you'd be like, Khan, I said that. Well, you need to take that down and you need to do a correction video because this is actually the breakdown. You know why that happens? Because you have to protect the flock. The doctrine is the key. Okay. So now he said the mark of the beast is an embargo. Revelation 13 and 16 says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you have to have this mark in order to buy or sell. Now, if the mark of the beast is an embargo, I already know brothers are on it. Somebody, GMS fruit of knowledge, he put embargo, ban on trade or other commercial activity. Embargo keeps you from trading, but the mark of the beast allows you to trade. Right there by itself, it don't make sense. So if the mark of the beast is an embargo, how sway? The mark of the beast is supposed to allow you to buy and sell, not restrict you from buying or selling. This is a breakdown that IUIC had. How many years ago was this? 8 years ago. The mark of the beast was an embargo. He in full swag mode too.
They might take hold of his word. That's what he tried to do. He set up here so he can take hold of my words. This is a spell right here. Man, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Why are you not trying to wake up our people, bro?
Man, he out there at the picnic acting a damn fool. Wrong as hell. The mark of the beast can't be an embargo or a sanction because that goes against what the definition of the mark of the beast is. So, wrong. Now, I remember other lessons that IUIC did concerning the mark, and they were backing this guy up, saying that it was an embargo. Yeah, and how is the embargo going to give you a grievous sore? That's another thing that they refuse to go and they break down. They don't go and they'll read Revelation, the 13th chapter, but they won't go into the corresponding scriptures in Revelation 14, Revelation 20, which give more clarifying understanding onto the implications of the mark and what it'll do. You know, they won't go into it. And they don't go into it here. They said that we didn't listen. Yeah, we did. Y'all didn't go into it, bro. Y'all talked on all these other scriptures, and it really didn't. Y'all didn't go into the actual scriptures concerning the mark of the beast. They just talked around it. But here you see a bold-faced, erroneous breakdown. Wrong. Wrong. Okay? Now, okay, so this is one from 9 years ago. IUIC. Let's play a little bit of this. I got a little time. Let me do this. This is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, ISUPK as well. Kind. ISUPK, they had they got like 4 different breakdowns of the mark of the beast. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. I'm gonna play this right here. All right, let me see. Be like Apostle Har. Bear with me. See, I'm not a good storyteller like Apostle Har, so I can't just say bear with me. I gotta get to the point. He could say bear with me and then come up with a good ass lesson on the side, be sounding good as hell. All right, so let me play this.
To the beast. Now he's jumping back. John is jumping back in time, letting you know. Okay, read again.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Stop. Where did we read that?
Y'all gonna love this.
Yes, your side.
Verse 8, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him.
Very good. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. Okay, so John, like I said, he's repeating the same thing, but he's breaking it down in more details now.
Brother Netanyahu, you remember when you said when you quote the Bible when it said all nations in the side of the beast. When these nations see what Esau has done, they say, "This is my ruler right now. This is who I choose to rule the world."
Yep.
That's what they're saying in their mind, because that's why he set up the image, so they can show their tribute to that image. You understand? You say it, now show your tribute to America. You understand?
Exactly. Read 14 again.
What the hell did he just say? I'm not gonna rewind it. What the hell did he just say? No one knows. Let's keep going.
He deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
So now he's jumping back to the Renaissance time period, because that's where the image came from. Okay, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, which fell in 193 AD and did live. Live when?
In the Renaissance era.
1453. That image is where this white image of
They're saying that the image of the beast is Cesare Borgia. 9 years ago. Okay? Goodness gracious. They're saying that the image of the beast in Revelation, the 13th chapter, is talking about the image of Cesare Borgia. Goodness gracious. That's not what it's talking about. All right. And so now, Elder Yashua Wamba, I know specifically has, all you have to do is type in, go to, this is how you look up a brother's videos. Let me show you something. Let's see if I can do it right now. You go to their page. Hopefully I don't look stupid, but I'm gonna try to see if I can do it right now. There used to be a place where you can type in, looking up their videos. I ain't done that in a long time, so I don't know. You can actually go to their page and type it in. Somebody needs to do a video on this so you can make it easier. But basically, on his page here, Gymnast Room to Safe, he has an actual video where he goes in on the image of the beast. I'm just gonna do that and see what happens. Bam! One of the brothers re-uploaded it. Look at that. Look at the spirit.
That the image of the beast is solely, all right, this image of Serapis Christus, all right, or Cesare Borgia.
There's literally a video that Elder Yashwamba goes in on this, and it's just incorrect. And so having this as a foundational understanding, thinking that Cesare Borgia is the image of the beast, it just sets you up to just really break down the whole scripture incorrectly. The image of the beast really goes into his philosophies and the framework of what people believe in. Boom. Okay. Kind of. Apostle Hart has a video too, how to worship the image of the beast. And really, that's really the foundational understanding that leads into the mark of the beast, where they actually try to stamp it inside of you to follow. Okay. Con. Let me see if I can click on it one more time. The elder posted. Hold on, where it go? I think he might have took it down. Okay, yeah. So here's one Elder Yashwamba, and then Apostle Hart has a video to worship the image of the beast. What does it mean? So go and make sure. And then here's another good one where they go into it too. GMS Revelation chapter 13 breakdown on GMS Vault, where you see the brothers, man. All right. That goes into the image of the beast. Okay. So where you can get the real understanding of that, because the image of the beast is not Cesare Borgia. That's wrong. That's off. And it's going to lead you into a wrong understanding. And just one of the other things they want to say is that the mark in Ezekiel 9:4 is talking about the commandments. That's also wrong. That's not what marks you for justification or righteousness. Keeping of the commandments is not what marks you for righteousness in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. All right? It's erroneous. And I did a lesson. I might re-upload it to this page. I called it Nate misses the mark on the mark, really going in on that lesson. Okay.
Jesus Christ came from the Renaissance era, right?
Continue. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
So now, who was the
Right. So that image of the beast really goes into the whole Greco-Roman ideology, how it plays out into the mystery Babylon the Great, how it basically goes into every facet of society. You know, when you want to go into the educational system, food, when you want to go into basically their military, when you want to go into their financial system, that image of the beast, that's really what that's going into. That mark is a carnal, basically indoctrination, like putting it into you that you're down with the system and you're completely integrated into this new Rome 7.0 digital world. That's the only way you're going to be able to computate and move within that system. That's how it's given life. Like you cannot move in this system without taking this mark. This is why you can see a branding of the gladiators. Like, let's see if I can show it. Like branding of gladiators. See if it pulls up. Uh-oh. I think they might have showed. Let me see if they showed as Spartacus. Spartacus, not Spartacus. Let's see. They had it in there. Oh, they didn't have it. I thought they had that was one scene where they branded them. No, it's not a scene. Mm-hmm. If they don't have it, if it's not really, yeah, I'm not gonna sit up there and look for it. But you can go online and find where basically men were branded underneath their lutus, underneath their masters, to say you are mine, just how they do cattle. And that mark is meant to be put in you to represent ownership to this beast system. That mark is meant to represent ownership to the image of the beast. All right. That's what that's about. That's what that's going into. Okay. That's really what that's about. You have to understand that. Okay. Not a game. All right. So let me skip ahead. Go here to this point right here. Check this out.
Whose life did they give that image, Phil? Right, read.
The image of the beast should both speak.
Corey, how does the image speak?
They use the scriptures that say that image was the one that came and spoke the word.
How else?
By saying
The movies. Right?
Oh my goodness gracious. They're saying here that the image of the beast is speaking through movies. Because they push the image of Cesare Borgia in movies and show you in movies that the so-called white man is Yahweh Shai or is Jesus. So that's how they make the image of the beast speak. And that's just not correct, man. But now they say that the mark of the beast is sin. And I don't even, and there's a clip of Nate saying, if you're a Muslim and you don't believe in so-called white Jesus, that they're still going to get you somehow. Because if you don't even believe in Jesus, How can you even be worshiping the image of the beast? And there's so like most of the world don't believe in white Jesus. That's like the Western world, which is a very small sector of the world. I mean, they've pushed white Jesus across the world, but a huge, huge swath of the world don't follow that. Okay, so it just makes this whole breakdown as far as it being a global problem. It just creates a. It's very hard to. I'm trying to help you guys out, and I can't. Like me, I try to be objective and give people a chance to break down what they're saying, but as I'm listening to it, it becomes more ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Let's just be honest. That's the name of this lesson. Let's just be honest. And the breakdown they have, it doesn't fit. All right, so let's skip ahead. We'll do one more clip.
Trade. That no man can.
Oh, he yelling.
That they were great.
You know it's serious when he started yelling and screaming and shit. All right.
In their right hand or in their forehead.
So this mark is their philosophies, their doctrines, their what is it? What do they call it? Their give me another word for America's policies. You might hear the word.
It's very interesting how they go from the image of the beast being the picture of Caesar Borgia, and now they're talking about the mark of the beast, and they're talking about trade. And how you correlate this, there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect.
The news, their diplomatic policies. Those are the words you hear in the news, right?
And that no man might buy or sell.
Give me another word for buy or sell. I want one word that discusses, that uses, that expresses buy or sell. Steve. Trade. That no man can trade. Except what?
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark.
So now stop. You might say, wait a minute. Is that really what this is talking about? Trade. Buying and selling. Trade. Yes.
No. Not yes. No. Commerce is going on around the world. You have people who are merchants, and then you have people who are consumers. All of them are represented within buying or selling. It's not just about trade, which basically is manufacturer to merchant. Then there's another component of commerce. Commerce has multiple components. It is not just simply trade, where you have bulk goods. Those bulk goods go to the different merchants. It gets broken down to this, and then it's sold to consumers. Then you have a process of services that's a part of buying and selling. Okay, certain services. You go to a restaurant, you're being served. If somebody's serving you your internet, somebody's serving you your electricity, somebody's you guys are serving your biblical services. There's buying and selling happening. That's more than simply the idea of trade. Now, is trade big? Absolutely. Absolutely. But they do these type of things here to get your mind wrapped into something, because you notice the psychological.
I want one word that discusses, that uses, that expresses buy or sell. Steve. Trade.
He called on Steve. We don't know who Steve is. Steve. He didn't have a Hebrew name. He's Steve. You got it. Trade. Yes. These guys. This is just ridiculous, man. Woo. We got to come for it. Oh boy. Jim in South Carolina, Psalm 96 and 4. For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all powers, all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Yes, man, you know. And so to put it, yeah, who the fuck is Steve? Steve said trait. Yes, Steve. Thanks, Steve. Oh man, goodness gracious, bro. It's not about the truth with them, Apostle Romley. That's right. It's not about the truth, man. It's just about what they're trying to get across. It's just about what they're trying to prove. And Steve, whoever he is, he ain't got it. All right. So now they get down to this point here about it being trade. Now they said it was sin. What does sin have to do with trade? I don't. No one knows. We're trying to figure it out.
That no man can trade except what?
And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark.
So now stop. You might say, wait a minute. Is that really what this is talking about? Trade. Buying and selling, trade. Yes. Give me a precept, Ezekiel. Ezekiel 28. Verse 4 and 5. You need some words. These words are going to help you. You don't got to go to the Greek or the Latin.
They don't. You see that right there? You see that right there, con artist? You don't got to go to the Greek or the Latin. You just listen to Steve. Steve knows. Whoever he is. We don't know who Steve is, but just listen to Steve. Spirit's on Steve.
To come up with a computer chip, you crazy? Ezekiel 28, verse 4 and 5. Come on.
28, verse 4. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches.
Yeah, thou hast gotten thee riches. Read.
Thou hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures.
Go ahead.
By thy great wisdom.
By thy great wisdom.
And by thy traffic.
Can we look up that word traffic?
Yeah,
the transportation of goods for the purpose of trade by sea, land, or air.
Y'all see that? Read that one again, Joshua, again.
Was that Steve? Oh, okay.
Transportation of goods for the purpose of trade by sea, land, or air.
Now, the term the Bible uses for trade is what? Traffic. What else in Revelation?
Buy and sell.
Buy and sell. That's what traffic is making reference to in Ezekiel 28. Yes.
In the documentary we referenced before, and the movie Even the Rain.
Yeah.
And the other one with the Esau said he was the devil.
When you get your thought, come back.
No, Even the Rain, they force their American companies control foreign interests.
Right.
So the food that people eat, their sanitation, everything that they need is dependent on American companies.
Exactly. Yes, Ezra, end of poverty. Yes, that's the name of it.
Yeah, also, then these nations try to go outside of what's put down, they put an embargo on it.
We get into that. Let's go right back to Revelation 13 and 6.
So they basically go into the whole embargo thing, which we already talked about, which we already see that's antagonistic to the idea of the mark, which completely disannuls their breakdown. So now when you fast forward, and we highlighted earlier, when you fast forward, their whole breakdown has changed now from this. Remember, this is 9 years ago. This is 9 years ago. They don't break it down like this no more. Maybe little parts of it. And we don't know where Steve is at to this day. Maybe he's still teaching. We don't know. Okay? But the whole part of it is this. Proverbs chapter 24, verse 21. My son, fear Fear thou the Lord and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change. These guys have shifted and changed their ideology towards the mark over the course of the years multiple times. The mark of the beast is Christianity, then it's embargoes, and then it's sin. They're just constantly shifting and moving and changing, and it just makes no sense. Okay. And maybe that needs to be the next series of lessons that we ask IUIC is, where's Steve? For us to get the full breakdown. Because you guys keep changing. We don't know what the hell y'all talking about. The image of the beast is the picture of white Jesus. And somehow that transitions into trade and embargoes. But meanwhile, none of these nations even believe in white Jesus, and they're trading and moving around like crazy. And then you put sanctions and embargoes on different nations. Cuba ain't stopped. Venezuela, they all moving outside of Western European powers. That's not what the scripture is talking about. Now, like I said, I just wanted to highlight all these different points that have been made over the course of the week by the apostles and elders and different brothers. You know what I'm saying? And it's becoming more and more evident these guys are back and forth, rocking a boat like Aaliyah. We don't know what the hell they're talking about, man. But the one thing that Great Millstone has been doing this whole time is saying one thing. And that one thing is becoming extremely, extremely more and more prevalent or in your face. It's manifested itself. The word revelation. The word revelation. You can look up that word revelation. Let me see. Where am I at? Let me get it. Boom. Go here. Revelation chapter 1, man. Read this and then we'll close out. Revelation chapter 1. The revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach, which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. Okay? Everything that we read about in the book of Revelation must shortly come to pass, letting you know that these things are future prophecies. Okay? Future prophecies. Future things that were going to be revealed.
Strong's G 602. Apocalypsis. Apocalypsis.
Laying bare, making naked, a disclosure of truth, instruction concerning things before unknown, used of events by which things or states or persons hitherto withdrawn from view are made visible to all. Manifestation, appearance. There's becoming an appearance of this future economy that Revelation, the 13th chapter, is talking about. It's revealing itself before us. And it was spoken before by his servants, the prophets. And what we're clearly seeing in society is a new digital age. And they're speaking about it more and more and more. When we first came on the scene 15 years ago, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, these things seemed far off. Now it's in your face, and now you have these different groups having to address it. Okay? They're having to address it. And this week highlighted a lot of those things. And, if you go and you listen to all the brothers' videos, lessons, and sit downs, you can get more clarity on it, man. You can get more clarity on it. But I just wanted to kind of touch on the different breakdowns and different points that apostles and elders made, I was still up and wanted to talk about it a little bit more and do it like that. But like the brother said, James 1:8, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And this is what we're seeing happening with all these other groups. They're just talking about this, they're going this way, they're going that way. And none of what they're saying is holding firm and holding true. Not only just as far as scripturally founded, we're not seeing it manifest. But what we're talking about, we're seeing it manifest. We're seeing it be revealed. We're seeing it become apparent and uplift itself in appearance. Okay? Why? It's the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. So, man, with that, man, the water for you, Akian, man, tuning in with me. What happened? This is said it's not for us. His brothers, the Torah is for all of us. We are Israel. Not take. Yep. No, don't take the Karagma, man. Don't take the chip. Do not take the C hip. Don't take it, man. And if you meant not to get it, you ain't gonna get it. Point blank. Period. Ain't gonna be no, oh, but what if I fell off a ladder and a chip fall into my leg and I didn't, ain't gonna be no, what if, a ninja comes into my apartment while I'm asleep and he has a blow dart and shoots into my neck. Ain't gonna be none of that, man. You ain't meant if the Most High's got you covered, you covered by the blood of Yahweh Shemiyah Shah, you gonna be all right. Just know, trust, and believe, man, and keep pushing, man. So with that, man, call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, Bashem Rakah Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutation to y'all. Came out there pushing the words of sincerity and truth, man. Shalom.